Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Star Ocean. Since last time, I managed to reset enough times to get the setup that I wanted. Didn't do very well as far as getting the items this time, but oh well. Didn't last time either. Anyway, let's see, go to status. I did get some of the statuses I wanted, or the talents. I didn't get all of them. Manual dexterity. I believe that one has to do with crafting, and it would be nice to have somebody who can craft, specifically early game. Design sense is for art. Art will be useful, and it's kind of nice to have it on my main character. Writing isn't something I really cared about. There's many easy ways of getting the writing ability on other characters later, but I got 2 out of the 3 optional ones I want, because you'll always get originality, and you'll always want that anyway. As far as Millie goes, I wanted originality, but it really isn't necessary. There's nothing that she can customize for herself that'll be of all that much use. Rhythmic sense and pitch sense. I wanted these 2 together, and I got lucky enough, my second attempt with her. Basically what you have to do is you have to start a new game each time you do this, and just run through that loop at the start. So use fast forward if you're on an emulator, and hopefully you'll get lucky. I got somewhat lucky. I got 2 out of the 3 again, so she always has Blessing of Mana. And pitch sense and rhythmic sense I wanted so that she can be my musician later. Love of animals I really don't care for. The other one I kind of wanted with her would have been originality, but like I said, it doesn't make her a special weapon, so I'm not that worried about it. You can actually change their names too if you press the A button, but more importantly, you can develop talents later in the game by attempting item creations over and over and over again. There's actually a way through music that you can increase your chances of developing a new talent while practicing over and over again. So there's that option too. Basically, I'm just trying to get some of the more useful ones, 2 characters that I'm going to have use of, specifically early on in the game. Later on in the game, you can get a lot of people. Anyone who needs originality to get their ultimate weapon, I'm going to definitely go for that one, unless they're not going to end up in my ultimate party, and then if it's too much of a pain, then I'll just kind of skip it. Anyway, I got most of what I wanted, or at least a few of them, so that will be helpful. Other than that, yeah, we've got some tactics here now that Millie's a party member, and make us top priority. So she's basically the healer of the game. She's actually the only pure healer. She's got a couple of weaker attack magic spells, but other than that, not particularly useful. She's a healer, full, and she's very useful for that. So there we go. Those are her things. She actually doesn't have any spells yet. If you take a look at her special, it just shows a list of spells. So anyway, we have nothing for her yet, but let's work on that. Let's head to the south of town first. And to the south of town, we have treasure. A blueberry. Whoop-de-doo. And yeah, there are battles down here. That's good. So yeah, she's gonna sit in the background and do nothing. And we're gonna get some money, some experience, and she doesn't even gain a level. Sad. Hopefully we will get... there is actually a dash ability in this game, and we will get it shortly. But for whatever reason, we actually have to get the proper skill for it before we can use it. Now, somebody save her, because she's really useless. Hopefully she levels. Please level. Yay! She learns heal. Well, we get some spectacles. Those are used for identification. You don't need a specific talent for identification, but you'll get items that are called question mark item, or question mark gem, or question mark herb or something like that, and you use spectacles along with certain skills that you'll get later to identify the item and actually be able to use it. Not really all that useful, and it really serves very little purpose in the game, because basically you can easily get an identifying, your skill up in identifying high enough that you'll work most of the time to identify things, so it really doesn't matter. And spectacles are just dropped everywhere. They sell for, or you buy them for like 10 fall. That's the unit of measurement for gold in this game is fall, F-O-L. I'm not sure if that's supposed to stand for something. I always found it kind of weird, but anyway, now that she's got heal, she should be able to heal. You can also use it outside of battle to kind of heal her up so she doesn't die in one hit. On top of that, let's go and get one more treasure over here, the necklace. The necklace might as well go on Radix. It really doesn't matter at this point. It gives us a total of 1 evade. Woo! Yeah. I don't know why they create items this bad. Even at the start of the game, this is nothing. It's completely useless. I guess I could sell it. I don't think it sells for very much, but... Now, as it pertains to the obviously horrible AI who just didn't do anything in that battle, but as it pertains to kind of the difficulty that this game has, partially because of that bad AI, both on the character and on the enemy's side, this game can actually be quite difficult. And the other thing I forgot to do is during all my resets there, where I was trying to get the right talents, I forgot to reset Rift Wave, so let's do that right now. I prefer using it on the R button. But this game can be quite difficult, and so there are points where I will recommend grinding or, you know, just battling around. You don't have to do a lot of grinding, at least most of the time, but you will have to do some. And, well, I shouldn't say you'll have to do it. I would recommend you do some. So, anyway, it is what it is. I'm going to do some myself at different points in time. Most of the time, just running around collecting everything should be enough, but because I have some more maps now than I did during my test run, I may have to stop a little more often. My test run, I think I've stopped twice over the first 12 or so hours, 15 hours, whatever it is. Okay, so here's Rift Wave. It has a double, it hits twice. Now that error sound was because I was in the long range and I don't have a skill on long range. I had pressed the R button in order to try and use Rift Wave again, but I was a little too far away. Anyway, we get some more items there. And let's head up. Actually, no, let's go to the right first. Now, this is basically the equivalent of the world map in this game. It's one of the things they changed in First Departure. They put the traditional world map like you see in most other RPGs, and specifically it's the same style of world map that you get in Star Ocean Second Story, and of course its remake, Second Evolution. So, I'm actually not as much a fan of that. They didn't do this a lot of the time for a world map, and they still don't. I guess you could kind of call what they did in... No, that doesn't even work. No, it's very unique. Excuse me. Very unique for the time, and hell, it's even unique now. And I find it quite interesting that, you know, they just did the world map, you know, in little sections here, and none of them are all that confusing. They have treasure laid about them, and it's actually, you know, somewhat fun to explore, and it's got some pretty cool scenery and stuff to look at, so. Anyway, let's go take the second right as well as the first right, which we already took. I'm not going to be cutting out a lot of the battles, especially early on in the game, because they're just over so fast that it would be pointless. I'm not particularly worried. I don't think it's going to eat up that much time. Stuck that sign. Yep, we already know that. Let's head down. I don't believe there's anything... Okay, I was wrong. There is something down here, correct? However, I think it's down from here where there's nothing. Yeah, nothing. Now, as far as it comes to this Let's Play and, you know, me having the ability to show off every single treasure, it may not happen. As far as walkthroughs and facts go for this game, I have not had a... Don't get stuck on things. I've not had a lot of luck. There have been some guides with really good sections, like a full walkthrough with a good section on this, that really helped me out, but some other points didn't do very well. And same with the Let's Plays. I haven't watched a lot of Let's Plays for this. Like, I'll watch, like, you know, 5 or 10 minutes of this one or that one just to kind of get an idea. And We learned a new spell, Deep Mist. And I haven't really found one that worked for the way the speed that I really needed to go through this to get everything prepped up, because I really hadn't done any of the research before I had decided on making the Let's Play. I just did a little bit of reading here and there. Special Deep Mist lowers hit rate of the enemy. Meh. Don't really care. But if you go up here, I think there is dead end that way, and this will take us up above the area we were just at. But yeah, so when I was doing the research, I didn't find any complete item lists for items in particular areas, so I'm kind of doing this off of my own exploration, as well as my my own, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? You know, just memory from when I did this before, you know, years ago. But so hopefully I find most of the items. I'm not going to guarantee all of them. If you guys happen to know of an item that I, you know, completely skipped over and didn't get, be sure to tell me. I'll try and make an amendment in the video and go back and get it, or go back in the next episode and do that. So hopefully we can do that. Again, like I was saying before with the glitches in the first episode there, more battles. This game glitched up on me the first time, and like the very first time I played it, I had to reset a very large amount, so there could be some inconsistencies in certain areas if it glitches out on me again. I'm also going to put this out. I'm not going to guarantee that this game will get finished. I'm going to try. I have no intention on stopping, but if I get too many glitches and I can't make the game finish, then, you know, so be it. But I really don't expect that to happen. I do plan on going through the entirety of the game. Hopefully I don't have too many issues, so here's hoping to good luck. Anyway, so here we are again. Just head back up to Cool. It's still nighttime, which means that all of the doors in Kalatos Village are locked, which is kind of unfortunate. Which means we can't get back in there to talk to anybody. Already turned to stone. Yeah, we already kind of know that, so let's head north. There's only one way we can go at this point, so unfortunately we still don't have any skills, you know, our abilities to do things like, you know, dash, which is kind of unfortunate. There's also a little sneak way to go back the other way, go down there. Not that it really matters. But anyway, let's head up here into another little area. I don't believe there are any treasures in this area, though I could be wrong. There's a lot of ones that are really bad. I'm just going to disable a background layer here. They'll put it like right here behind the tree, and as you can see, you can't see it. There are a few of those, and they're annoying, so I may, you know, disable background layers just to double check if I can't remember and I don't want to mash the button around and waste more time. Anyway, here we have arrived at Mount Metox. And anyway, we talked about these fellworms before. They touch you, they can stick their eggs on you. That sounds gross. And we don't want the eggs to hatch. Understandable. So let's continue to go up here in the dark. And I don't know why, but these don't work. You can't talk to these things. Now if you go over here, we get a random battle. Not exactly what I was going for, but okay, sure. Yeah, so you can use pretty much everything from your normal attacks to techs. I'm not sure if it's every single tech, but your normal attacks are all area of effect in this game. So because they're area of effect, you can hit multiple enemies with one go. I'm going to disable the background layer. There's actually nothing here. Yet. There will be something there later. Anyway, this is a mandatory battle. Every time you reach this point in the mountain, you will run into these guys. We can pretty much just wail away by spamming the A button at this point in the game. There's not a lot of strategy at this point. There'll be a little more later. In other Star Ocean games, your required strategy needs to be a lot more. This game is quite primitive when it comes to how much strategy you can really make use of, because a lot of the movement in battle, you can actually move around in battle, but you have to point like a cursor to an individual spot and then hit OK to move there. You can't just move the joystick around, probably because they didn't have a controller that, you know, that had a joystick at the time, but it really makes it kind of awkward to move around in battle, and so I don't tend to do it, unlike, you know, Star Ocean Second Story and Till the End of Time, which I do quite a bit. I have not played A Last Hope yet, the PS3, Xbox 360 version, but unfortunately, you know, I haven't played it yet. I own it, I just haven't bothered to pop it in yet. Had too many other things on the go. And of course, Let's Plays, which take up far more time than I would have expected them to. Anyway, let's keep going here. This spring here. Ah, yes, the dialogue. Let's go over this here. This is the one thing that's kind of odd, that they just didn't bother to translate, and I don't know why. Could they not find the same color to block out that and insert English letters on it? Anyway, these are the Japanese characters for two words. This is hai, meaning yes or correct, and this is ie, meaning no or incorrect. Now, these aren't like literal translations. It's rather difficult to explain how they're translated for a number of reasons. One, because it's been a long time since I studied Japanese and I don't remember. But it also was confusing for some of my professors to explain their direct translation from Japanese to English. So basically, the one on the left with the one of the little swirly thing, whatever that one on the left bubble, the right icon there stands for I, and it's got one of those. This one has two of them. So this is yes, this is no. Anytime we have an option, yes, no. I think they're always on the same side. So yes, we drink the water and we gain our HP, MP, and status back. We're also revived if we happen to be dead, so that's a good thing. Now you can kind of get lost here underneath of the areas, which is kind of cool. They have a nice layered system in this game when it comes to the different sprites and the what are they, the words, the background actors. Anyway, just keep beating up on these guys. A lot of the time using your text just wastes MP, especially right now. It does about the same amount of damage. It's only really useful if you're going to be able to hit multiple enemies. Now there's another predetermined fight here against more of these fell worms. Now, enemies can block attacks, which can be extremely annoying. Yeah, see, that one only hit once, and my normal attack's doing what? Ow! Way to go, healer. Heal me up. That hurt. Anyway, we gain some more levels, which of course is great. Gotta have more levels. And we get another little cutscene here where... Doran? Doran's done that a lot today. Jeez, what's going on here? What? What's wrong with you? Wait a minute. Don't worry about me. At least the main character's not an idiot in this game. You've been what? Yes, he was infected. Now, I had originally remembered this when I thought about the game before I played it again, that he had said that he got infected touching the letter, but no, because that would have made no sense. Radix also touched a letter that came from Cool. The first letter that came, not the second. Dorn grabbed the pigeon and read from the second letter that came from Millie's father, so this does make sense. And it's an interesting idea. They haven't really mentioned it kind of, you know, as background information, but their mail service in this game, or in this world, is carrier pigeons. Actually, there's a situation somewhere, I'm not sure if it's in a private action, which is basically like your ability to interact with your characters inside of a town. I'll get into it more later, but there's another one where Millie tries to teach a different animal how to be a carrier animal, and it doesn't work very well. I can't recall if that's an actual sequence or if that's just kind of background lore on the game, but I'm sure we'll find out eventually. Send him home. Hasn't started yet, and it makes sense that he would want to be out here and should be out here so we can get access to that plant ASAP so that he can heal himself. Anyway, with that being said, let's continue through here. Go over here. Nothing! Right now. There'll be something there later. And let's fight some new guys here. Well, I don't think they're new, they're wolfhounds. And that guy in the bottom there just kind of buffed up his stats a little bit. Usually by the time they do that, they're pretty much dead anyway, so I wouldn't worry about them too much. But that's going to do it for this episode of Let's Play Star Ocean. Next time, we'll continue climbing Mount Medox and hopefully we'll get to the top. And from there, hopefully we'll be able to heal everybody with the mystery herb. Anyway, that's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.